Hi, today I want to speak to you about energy efficient ways of heating your home. And I've got a few different heating systems here that I'm going to speak about. But with the cost of heat today, and especially with what we've gone through in the last, I'd say, year or so, I think you're going to like to hear this. So let me make a long story short, all right? About a year ago, we used to have one of those big oil furnaces in here that blows the hot air. And there was a problem with it where we were having a hard time breathing and it blew soot all over the place. So the landlord took the whole system out and he put two of these heat pumps in. I've got one here on this side of the house and one in the bedroom. And the third one he put in the cellar. Should have gone on that half of the building. So we ran that for the whole winter. And what happened was that whole half of the house was freezing. And this half of the house was okay in the beginning of winter. But we're in Maine. And last month, January and February was mostly freezing, 20 below sometimes. Okay, so it got really cold. And the heat pumps just couldn't keep up with it. They're not designed for Maine winters, okay? But they're wonderful. Those heat pumps are wonderful for air conditioning in the summer. So what we did was we actually, in addition to the heat pumps, we went out and we bought some of these, I call them wire type heaters. And we bought 3 of these. And, well, there's like a filament inside, and you can see how that works. And they heat up real fast and they blow out hot air. To me, it's like using a really big toaster, okay? The filaments get hot and it warms out the house really, really fast, but they use a lot of energy. So in January and February of last year, just to keep this house livable, this is 1,100 square feet, this level, it was, I think in January and February was about between $700 and $800 a month it cost us. So that gets pretty expensive, okay? And the other months were pretty high too, but because of those electric guys. Matter of fact, Raluca spoke to our electric company and they were saying that these things are horrendous with electricity. So they suggested that we look into some of the oil heat ones, and that's what we did. The first one we bought was actually the Polonis, and I'll show you a better video of it, but it was the Polonis over here, and we just bought the manual ones with the round dials. It wasn't electronic, and the Polonis works wonderful, and they said it's a lot less electricity. So the problem what we had at first though is I was trying to keep the electricity down, you know, the price, so we put it on. It has 3 settings. It has 600, 900, and 1500 watts. So I kept it at the 600 watts and on one dial, and the other dial I put it all the way over to the maximum. And it was heating up when it got cold, but not really fast. And I later found out, because we've had actually one of them for about a month and a half. Then we bought 2 more, so we have 3 of them, same thing. So we got one here. I put one in this room, I put one in the other side of the house, and one in the bedroom. We turned off the house ones at nighttime and used the bedroom one, and in the daytime turn off the bedroom one and turn these off. And this is this year. Okay, so it got down to between 30 and 40, but it actually did pretty well. But the problem is, just with the regular knobs like they have it, is you don't know exactly what the temperature is. So I put it up, and the thing takes a while. It's oil heat. So what happens is the oil radiates, it gets warm, it has that element going through. It heats it up, but it keeps a steady heat. Okay, so the heat radiates rather than being a toaster. All right. So the thing is, once it got hot and we fell asleep at night, at about midnight, I woke up sweating because the room got really hot. So at first, the radiator got hot, so we thought we were all set, but then it heated up the whole room. So, I mean, it must have been like 75, 80 degrees in there. It's like, whoa. So you don't really know where it is. So finally, we went on to Amazon. Okay, we got these here at Home Depot, the ones just with the knobs. Went to Amazon, and we got the I'll show you the picture again, but we got the digital one right over here. So we have digital. Here's the knob one, and so you can see all our choices we had, okay? And show you the heat pump. Disregard my lights over there. Can you see the heat pump just to the, there it is. See the heat pump right up there? There we go, you can see part of it. So a few days ago, we ordered 2 of these electronic ones, okay, with the thermometer or thermostat setting right in them. We got those, I think they just came in like yesterday, actually, so we haven't had them that long. Now, they have various settings, and yes, they come with a remote control. So with the different settings, again, they have the 800, the 600, the 900 watt, and the 1500 watt. But there's also a setting that you can put it on. It's like a sleep mode. And when you put the sleep mode on, like last night, I think I put it on at 70 degrees. As you fall asleep, within a short while, it might go down. They said it drops down about 4 or 5 degrees, so you fall asleep warm, and then it stays a little bit less expensive throughout the night. But it also has an econo setting. So on the econo setting, okay, and I'm going to show you it right over here. On the econo setting, what happens is you set it at 70 degrees and you just let it go. And it'll actually shut off if it hits 70 and stay at 70 most of the time. That's wonderful. Now, the problem I had with this is when I went to the sleep mode, the default setting is like 90 degrees. Okay, that's the factory setting. So I don't know how to work that yet, and it wasn't in the instructions, so I'm going to speak to ChatGPT later on to see if it can explain to me why I set it to go to bed at 70, and at midnight I woke up sweating, and it was like 85 in the room, and that thing had gone all the way up to like 89 or 90 degrees on its own. Did that twice. Finally I said, the heck with that. I put it down to the econo at 68 degrees, and it worked fine. I left the door open so the rest of the house, the cold air can go in, because we had the ones in here off. So that worked out pretty well. So anyways, I made a long story long. To make it short, these things are great. I'll go ahead and show you just in a moment how it works with the remote. But finally, we have something that's going to be able to take us through the winter. We spoke to the electric company, and they said that these work great. Matter of fact, we've been online. There was one lady that said she had like a 500-foot apartment, and she heated her whole apartment all winter in New York City with one of these, and it gets pretty cold over there. And her bill went down from like $200 a month or $250 a month to like $80 a month. That's a big difference. So we're hoping it's going to do the same here. In fact, my wife has a deal with the electric company that if our electricity spikes, they'll contact us. And they contacted us last week because we finally turned on one of the heat pumps, just one, and I guess it really spiked the electricity. Nothing else has, so that kind of gives you an idea. So let me go ahead and show you what goes on here. Here's the remote. So if I hit the, let's see, it's on right now. It's been on all day. I had it at 69. Actually, no, I had it at 70. It's 70 now. So see these buttons here I'm hitting. 71, 72. So that sets the temperature, and it'll stay there. Now, if you have children, you can hit this button in the middle, and it's a lock mode. So I just locked it so it won't change. Now, you can't shut this off unless you unlock it first. So that's good so the kids can't mess with the temperature. Then, okay, up here, this is your mode button. Now, see, this is the one, it says 95 degrees. So it's like 90 and 95 that's set from the factory. So that's the default. And what I did last night is I brought this all the way down to like 70, went to sleep, woke up, it was really, really hot, woke up, and it was up to 90. And this light, by the way, will shut off after just probably a minute or so, so you don't have to worry about it being bright all night long. So what I did was, I changed the mode. This high, that's number 1, the 600 watts, 900, 1500 watts. But I brought it all the way over here. See, when that eco light comes on, that's the economy, where it'll kind of go up and down. It'll keep the temperature you want. Right now it's pretty warm in the house. So I'm going to bring it down to 67. How's that? And we have two of these running right now. We have actually one of these here and one like this on the other end of the house. Like I said, we bought 3 of these, and I have another one like this in the bedroom. So they're working quite well. We're very happy with it. It's just a cool little unit. This is the box it comes in. But see how much small, ooh, it's hot. See how much smaller that one is? This one seems to be a lot more heavy duty, but it's the older model, so this is going to be a lot more economy. And the heat comes out pretty fast, just within 15 minutes. I mean, it's hot to the touch. It does have a tip over switch that if it tips over, it will shut off. So there you have it, a quick rundown on our Polonis heaters. This is not a paid ad, okay? I'm not getting anything from Polonis for doing this. Hint, hint, Polonis, okay? We can use another. But we're so happy with it. It's going to save us a lot of money this winter, and that's a big part of Why Am I Green, is showing you how to be more self-sufficient, how to be able to save money on food, on groceries, on storage, on even heat. And we're going to get into other things as time go on, especially throughout the winter, to help you to save money. So I hope you found this video helpful. Go ahead and share it with your friends. If you have any good ideas on other ways to save money, let me know in the comments, because I would like to research it and share it with others so we can all grow together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.